Jordan Hale, a 38-year-old electrical engineer and beaming father to his sparkly-eyed 6-year-old twins, Mia and Max, had strung his holiday heart into Evergreen Enclave 4 years ago, drawn by the promise of snowy sledding hills and a garage big enough for his tinkering bench. His craftsman bungalow pulsed with custom illuminations, syncopated LED arrays programmed to pulse with jingle bells, a 10-foot holographic Santa projecting jolly waves, and a synchronized light show that turned his roof into a Northern Lights homage, drawing ooze from passing families. Jordan freelanced for local smart home firms, wiring IoT systems that made bulbs dance to Spotify, and he volunteered at the Jamboree, rigging the gazebo's sound to light rig for free. Christmas was the Hale family's North Star, Mia and Max in elf hats helping solder wires, their mom, Kira, a photographer, capturing the glow in time-lapse reels that went viral on neighborhood TikToks. The display wasn't just decor, it was Jordan's passion project, sensors tracking energy efficiency to prove eco-friendly festivity amid Colorado's cold snaps. The HOA's Scrooge was embodied by Vivian Langford, a 61-year-old former accountant with a perm of iron-gray curls, pince-nez glasses perched like judgmental elves, and a minivan she called her Jingle Patrol, decked with antler hood ornaments and a dashboard cam eternally rolling. Vivi prowled the streets like a holiday ghost, citing residents for overlit offenses, $100 per strand, gaudy gnomes, $75, or wreaths with excess berries, $50. Her Covenant Codex, a 300-page ledger of LED limits, was her Bible, but her real gift-giving was graft. She'd hoarded $200,000 in festive fund fees, laundering them through bogus light installation contracts to her offshore accounts, all while extorting decorators for permits at the Jamboree. Vivi's grudge against Jordan brewed from his circus of circuits siphoning spotlight from her sanctioned subtle sparkle, a single spotlight on a plastic poinsettia. "Your electron extravaganza is an eyesore and a fire hazard," she'd caroled at him during a December dawn raid, slapping violation stickers on his outlet timers. The blaze ignited on Christmas Eve as flurries danced and carols piped from stereos. Jordan, Finn, and the twins were rooftop deep in final tweaks, Kira snapping pics from below, when Vivi's minivan crunched to a halt. "Mr. Hale, this luminous lunacy breaches Clause 8.4. Dismantle by midnight or a $1,000 lien awaits," she warbled, her breath fogging like dragon smoke. Jordan, tangled in extension cords, rappelled down with a grin. "Vivi, it's under 10,000 lumens total, city approved, and zero fire risk. I've got surge protectors and UL certs." Max, clutching a reindeer antler prop, chimed, "Our lights make rainbows, Miss Vivi." But Vivi's eyes iced over, her lips thinning to a bah humbug line. "Rainbows, this is elegance, not a rave. Comply or combust." She peeled off, taillights winking like winking warnings, but Jordan caught the glint of malice in her rear view. As Big Ben's echo from a neighbor's clock tower struck 12, Vivi's villainy flickered to life. Jordan's smart cams, Wi-Fi beacons disguised as ornaments, flared with alerts, streaming her sabotage in 4K clarity. Bundled in a parka with a ski mask for stealth, Vivi circled back, her minivan's trunk spilling tools, wire cutters snipping like silver teeth, a propane torch borrowed from a black market supplier, and accelerant cans labeled Festive Fog Enhancer. She snipped the main feed first, sparks showering like fallen stars, then torched the dangling strands, flames licking LEDs into molten pops, the holographic Santa melting into a ghostly puddle. The light show shorted spectacularly, bulbs bursting in a fireworks finale that lit the snow red. On stream, Vivi's muffled mutter, "No more neon nuisance, let there be darkness." She fanned the blaze just enough to singe the eaves, then doused it hastily, fleeing as sirens wailed faintly from a false alarm she'd triggered herself. Mia and Max, peeking from the window, shrieked as orange tongues danced, Jordan and Kira dashing out with extinguishers, their holiday heart charring with the cords. Jordan's circuits shorted with fury, but his engineer's arc traced a path to payback. As an EE with IEEE papers on smart grids, he knew lights logged legacies. Embedded IoT chips in his setup time-stamped the surge, voltage logs pinpointing the cut's angle. He salvaged the wreckage, multimeter probing charred wires for torch residue, distinct propane isotopes matching Vivi's fog enhancer manifest, and dash cam sinks tying her van's plates. But the real spark? Vivi's security upgrade had meshed neighborhood cams to HOA cloud storage she admined. A backdoor Jordan breached with a Python script. Simple API key sniff via her forgotten Vivi Lights 2025 password. Downloads revealed not just the torching, but her ledger. $200,000 in fees rerouted to Cayman shells. Invoices for ghost garlands that were phantoms. He assembled an alliance, a firefighter buddy for arson assay, Kira's videographer pal for frame forensics, an IRS whistleblower contact from a uni conference for tax trailblazing. Yule dawned with a crimson sun, the jamboree buzzing in the park, eggnog fountains bubbling, reindeer games romping, when Vivi's villainy voltaged out. Jordan hijacked the gazebo mic amid silent night strains, the crowd in ugly sweaters and elf ears falling quiet. Friends, our HOA's been dimming our joy longer than a burnt bulb. Last night, our light lord lit my display ablaze, not for safety but sabotage. He beamed the footage on Jamboree's LED wall, Vivi's masked mayhem in vivid detail, cutters flashing, torch whooshing blue, her unmasked exit as snow melted on her parka. Murmurs swelled to a storm as he illuminated the audit. Jordan's dashboards dazzling with data viz, arrows arcing from dues to Vivi's Venmo, then to tax haven havens. $200K vanished into her elegant ether while she fined us for fairy lights. Revelers recoiled. A grandma ticketed for tinsel trespass. A dad dinged $400 for a nutcracker statue too kinetic. A single mom buried in $600 for icicle overload. "Turn off Vivi!" bellowed a kid in a Grinch onesie, pom-poms pumping like fists. Vivi vaulted the gazebo steps, minivan keys jangling like chains, her megaphone muzzled by rage. "Hoax!
Hallucinations from a holiday hack!"
I'll unplug you legally. Summon the authorities." But Longmont PD prowled the perimeter, cruisers caroling with cherries atop, briefed by Jordan's blaze-proof bundle, streams on SD cards, isotope swabs in baggies, cloud caps in PDFs. "Your torch rental's on your Amex. Van's dashcam looped the license." As carolers captured the cuffing on reels, the IRS agent's suit cut through the crowd like a scythe. Tax evasion over $100K, audits lit, and you're the fuse. Vivi's web waddled, accounts iced, Jamboree booth seized, a plea bargain plea netting 30-month supervised release, 1,000 hours glow patrol at the co-op, and $250,000 back taxes plus penalties, divvied to victims and a low-income light fund. Evergreen Enclave electrified its exodus from tyranny. The HOA flickered out in a festive forum vote, 92% nay with ballots on glow sticks, birthing the Enclave Ember Collective, co-chaired by Jordan and Kira. They juiced the Jamboree, axing Vivi's subtle strictures for a luminous free-for-all. Drone light swarms scripting HOA free zone, mega inflatable yetis. Sill SJ neighbors ignited, the grandma strung tinsel towers, the dad animated nutcrackers to rap, the mom mantled her home in rainbow reels. A shocking surge surfaced in the soot. Amid the singed strands, Jordan's voltmeter snagged a micro SD, not his, but Vivi's. She'd stashed spy cams in donated ornaments to snoop on violators, but one had fried in his setup during a Jamboree swap. The card's cash, clips of her shaking down vendors, voice memos plotting fee funnels to a national tax dodge network. Jordan zapped it to the FBI's cyber squad, igniting the Yuletide yield bust. A coast-to-coast crackdown nabbing Vivi's cronies, headlines howling, holiday hack hauls HOA hustler, one memoir tax tangle teased. Mia and Max, nicknaming it the Bulb Bandit Bust, staged a puppet play at the collective's first meeting, earning junior Ember badges and a family drone demo slot. As Twelfth Night twinkled with a trillion twinkle bulbs 2 winters hence, Jordan jury-rigged a mega array beside the twins under the same starry vault, Kira framing their faces in fairy light loops. Vivi's Yuletide yoke had dimmed to probation pallor, her Jingle Patrol minivan now a cocoa cart at Jamboree, steaming mugs to the masses she once malted. Evergreen Enclave endured eternal ember, circuits coursing free from code clamps, murmuring through the merriment, wire wisely, or get shorted by the shine you shade. Jordan's grid gleamed, a lodestar for lost lights and lonely souls. Testament that one torched string could kindle a conflagration where carols were for crooning, not citations, and every home hummed with unbridled holiday.